Hello, coaches. Welcome to iCoach Football. I'm your host, Joel Forsberg, and as you know, this channel is dedicated to helping coaches like yourself become better at both youth tackle football and youth 7-on-7. Now, I hope you guys' season's going well. Ours is going pretty good. We had a real tough game last night against a tough opponent, and we won. So that's nice. It's always nice to win. One thing we've been working on this year is inside stunts. We have a couple kids that need some help up front. And so how do we get them help up front? How do you protect against one kid kind of getting isolated and beat up on double teams and pushed back? Well, you pull some stunts out of your bag. Now, I know in the past videos, I actually kind of downplayed stunts. I've said I used to run a lot of stunts inside, and they are good and they work. I've gotten away from them in the last couple years, but I'm revitalizing my love for them as I'm seeing the need for them this year. So don't throw stunts out. Have stunts in your bag, and we're going to talk about the interior D-line twist stunts. We're going to talk about inside stunts and outside stunts. The outside stunt is when you're replacing the DN with an interior guy, and you don't often want to do that in youth football because, as we all know, we're trying to hide those bigger, slower guys inside, and we want our real dominant defensive players at D end where they can have outside contain because the outside run hurts in youth football. So we are very, very rarely are we going to take that dominant outside DN and bring him to the inside and then bring a slower, bigger tackle out to the outside. But I'm going to show you both because you might have some tackles on the inside that can replace the D end and do outside contain. And if you have that, then use it. Put it in your arsenal. So let's jump into the chalk talk here and just learn some more about inside and outside stunts. Okay, coaches, first I'm going to show you an inside twist on a 3-4 defense. So we got the 3 down linemen here. Outside backers are kind of a stand-up hybrid DN. Sometimes they're playing up. Sometimes you might have them play back. But right now we're going to show them both kind of playing up. So they're both responsible for outside contain here. We're going to do an inside twist first. So I got the hand gestures, inside twist right. So the inside twist right is going to look like this. This tackle right here is going to come first, and he's going to come hard, and he's going to come right through and ear hole this guard and shove him down into this A gap. Basically, take this guard for a ride, and if he can hit him fast enough at the right angle, we don't want him scraping over the top because if this guard gets hands on him up front, he could drive him. But he's going to use his leverage, and he's going to come straight in here from the side. He's aiming for the side of his shoulder pads, side of his body, and throwing him down into this gap and hopefully right through this center. Now, if there's a double team here on these guys, then what that's going to do is, let's say there's a double team. What this is going to do is he's going to get the jump on the double team, and he's going to actually charge him down. And this guy's going to fold with him. Right? He's taught to fold and to double team, so he might chase him. If he takes a couple steps this way, turns his body, this guy's looping around. Okay, this guy's looping around. He's looping around anyway, but if we get him to turn a little bit, this guy's going to have a wide open shot here. So if there's a double team here on this guy, then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to take this guy for a ride right out of the picture, block him down into the center like that, and he's not going to get off, and he's going to push him right down here, and then he's going to come right through here. Either way, this tackle, one, and then the looper. Now, in the higher levels, especially if this is passing where they're pass blocking where they're dropping back, this guy's going to take a couple steps forward and then loop. But on the lower levels and the run game, you're not going to take those steps forward. In fact, what you're going to do is you actually take one step back and then you're going to loop. And don't tell them to loop way back here. We don't want to be catching the runner back here. This guy's going to crash hard. You're going to take one step back just to let that pile go by you, and then you're going to flip right around the pile here. That's the inside twist. That's really effective, especially if they're beating up on these tackles. Okay, if this guy's coming down here and this guy's coming down here and collapsing the tackle and here, well, what that's going to do, it's going to throw their blocking game on. Because as soon as he vacates and in this, if there was a double team here, most likely there's going to be a double team here, right? So if this guy vacates, comes charging through here and blows this guy into here, it blows that up. These two guys might chase they might chase. They're like, oh, we're supposed to block this kid, and they just take a couple steps this direction as this guy comes looping around unblocked, and that runner's going to come right through the alley there, and boom, he hits him. And this guy's got outside contain. And there's an inside and outside. I'll show you the outside. It's not the greatest for youth football because a lot of times, let's be honest, we're trying to hide our bigger, slower, less athletic players a little bit right down in here. You got our bigger, stronger, faster kids out here for outside contain. Remember, outside contain is number one in youth football because then you put some dominant guys here that can clean up. You let these big, slow kids make a pile and these kids clean up. Well, if you have smaller, faster kids down here, then you can do the outside twist. So the outside twist looks like this. These kids are going to release hard to the outside. Now, if they're supposed to be a double team here, or this guy's supposed to block him, hopefully that takes them with them, and they turn like that, and then the outside linebacker, he's going to twist in here and hopefully come unblocked right up this gap. I mean, same thing over here. The tackle goes first. The tackle goes hard across the nose. Now, in this situation, since we have an end here, he's going to aim for this right here, but he's got to get to the outside. So he's scraping hard across his nose like this to the outside. Hopefully takes both these guys with him. If this guy's supposed to block him, hopefully this kid turns and goes with him too. See if that happens, and then you loop this kid around. He's going to come unblocked, and they're going to come right up that middle, and then whap, you got him. And you can certainly do the outside twist to both sides. Obviously, you can't do an inside twist to both sides, but you can do double outside twists. That'll really start screwing them up. That's a great game. These guys come out, and these guys come in, and this guy's single gapping right here. Or let's take a look at it now out of a 4-3. 4-3, you got the two inside guys. So the inside twist is going to look like this. You make your slower, bigger kid go first, and the looper is your faster kids. Every kid that plays tackle on your 4-3, they know if they're the looper or they know if they're the crasher. And they'll know that before they even get in there. So once you call an inside twist, that kid already knows he's the crasher. So let's say this is your bigger, slower kid, stronger kid, but he's going to be the crasher. What he has to do is he has to crash player that's closest to that gap, that A gap, the gap that the other tackle is guarding. So that would be the center. So he's got to avoid this guard. He has to come across the guard like this as fast as he can, come across his face and crash this center down into this gap, the gap that this tackle's guarding. So he comes right down through here, crashes like that, and this kid, again, is going to take one step back, and then he's going to loop right through the gap that tackle was in. So what that's going to do is, if this kid's crashing like this, and this guy's supposed to, say this is supposed to be a double team right here, right? So he goes crashing down through this center's ear hole, he turns, and then he's like, oh, he follows him with just a couple steps, boom, boom, like that, and blow that up. Okay, let's say this kid right here is the crasher. Okay, so now he's the crasher, and he's your faster kid. So he comes right down through here, and he crashes this guard like this, and hopefully pushes him right down in the tackle. This kid loops. Hopefully this center, this is supposed to be a double team here. If that's the case, if there's supposed to be a double team right here, then and this kid goes across his face, he's going to turn and go with them like that. And this kid might take a couple steps too. And this kid's going to come run right here, unblocked. You can run this outside twist. This kid's going to come straight out here. And now he's got to travel a lot. He's got to get all the way out here. So he's going to come running right off of this edge here. Hopefully take this kid with him, and this kid's coming right up through here. Again, only run that if you have tackles that can really get out. If you have, like I said, if you have a fast tackle, so remember this is the fast tackle right here, then just run it to the left side. All right, then this kid came all the way across here. He's going to bring these guys with him. He's going to come right through here. These guys are going to pick him up, and then this guy's going to come unscathed like that. All right, that's it. I hope that helped, guys. Hey, thanks for watching my videos. Leave some comments. I'll try to get back to you as much as I can. It's pretty encouraging to see different comments. Share this with any coaches you know. If you find my content helpful, go ahead and share it with some other guys. I love having more guys watching, and hopefully these help. So I'll see you next time.